Welcome back, adventurers. Well, in this week's episode, we have another brush with the law again and get chased out of a new restricted area in Turkey and ordered to leave immediately or be prosecuted. This changed our plan, so we sail onto the famous Cleopatra beach in Turkey, where we were all intrigued to see this famous beach where the sands of Egypt had been relocated by Mark Antony as a gift for his beloved Cleopatra. And in the Portofino update, we share the process of choosing the right Korean colour for the benchtops and the galley and the heads for our new aluminium Portofino 52. And we would love to get your advice on this one. So kick off your shoes and come barefoot with us. We are John and Ali, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world. Because life is better barefoot.
Here we are in English Harbour in the Gulf of Bodrum, in this beautiful bay with 360 degrees protection. Great holding, flat water, and it's absolutely perfect. It's called English Harbour because this is where the SAS based themselves in the Second World War. And it doesn't take much imagination to realise why they chose this place with its great protection and hidden anchorage. Now we can just enjoy the peace and tranquility that it provides.
Hi folks. This is Barefoot Doctors, and we are in Turkey in one of the fjords. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm whispering because it's quite early in the morning, and it's just absolutely glorious here. So we're right tucked up in one of these anchorages. It's really good holding. We've got the anchor out the front, and we've got two ropes stern out the back, so we're attached to the rocks there. And it's absolutely glorious. I don't know if you can see, but the water's crystal clear over here. And yeah, this is where we were for the night. Absolutely gorgeous. Surrounded by pine trees. Smell of pine in the air. Bird life. Life's good. When did the stitches come out?
Probably in about 2 weeks.
So what's happening?
Well, there's not much water coming out of our cooling system here. So I'm hoping it's a salt on the exit. But we'll see.
Dinghy causes the most trouble of anything on this boat. The dinghy engine, that is. Pardon? It's only a little bit coming out. Pretty pathetic stream there.
Prostitutism. Let's see if there's anything wrong on this side. Seems deep enough up here as well for anchoring, doesn't it?
It does. Hang on to your hats.
Yeah, it's getting coloured, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably not deep enough to anchor, isn't it?
Probably is, you know.
Probably 3 meters.
Nice to swimming around here.
Alright, I'm going to go live.
Going live. She's going live.
slowly.
Very pretty. You want to go around the other side, or are you happy to go over this road? You saw that little girl in the water?
Yeah. Okay, we should just about be over it. 13. We're past it. Yeah, 15. Okay guys, we're through. You're never quite sure if the charts are well done or not. Like, have they actually surveyed that area for random rocks? Sometimes they haven't. So that's why I was going very slowly, just in case, and had the girls on the bow looking for unexpected rocks. So as we leave English Harbour, our plan is to drive across this bay towards the opposite side, which is reported to have several restaurants and resorts with pontoons and apparently excellent meals. As we're about halfway across the bay, we see a very fast dinghy heading directly towards us with red markings and coming at a very fast pace. The faded red sign on the side of the boat actually turned out to say police, and in foreign countries we are always very polite and cooperative with authorities. As a result, Ellie and I didn't film it to avoid inflaming the situation, but Jill is subtly filming from the side after the conversation had been going for a little while. The policeman was armed and did not really speak good English, and we certainly weren't going to argue with him. He told us access into the bay was forbidden and no boats are now allowed to come into this area. I did politely say that there was nothing marked in the charts, and I apologised profusely, and he made some comments sounding like there are redevelopments in the bay being done by the Sultan, and anywhere past the mermaid statue is forbidden. And in fact, when we tried to fly the drone in English Harbour, it came up as not allowed, which was very strange considering there were no airports nearby. Several days later, we came across people running a restaurant in another town who told us that their restaurant was one of the restaurants taken over, as well as several others, and apparently it was a Turkish president who took over the land. Apparently this whole affair is currently in the courts, as they are appealing it, trying to get their restaurant and their source of income back. But of course we very politely clarified where we were and weren't allowed to go, and headed towards the mermaid statue before we headed back out towards open water. As we leave the mermaid statue behind us, we now have to make new plans, so we check the charts. Only about 10 miles away is Cleopatra's beach, and a very interesting looking sandy island. We motor out of the protection of the islands into the open Gulf and find a little bit of wind that allows us to raise the sails, and we have a very peaceful couple of hours sailing towards Sahir Adasi. Even as we approach, we can see ancient ruins on the waterfront and a large Roman amphitheatre on the other side. This is Sahir Island, which has got on it a beach Cleopatra used to come to, and Mark Antony got the sand shipped here to make the lovely beach for his beloved Cleopatra. So romantic, isn't it? We drop our anchor in a protected sandy bay with only one other boat anchored, and look forward to exploring this interesting looking island.
Go for the record. God, it's fresh.
Yes. Yes.
I'll take some footage of him doing his...
I felt like it was fresh.
It's freezing. I know.
I'm not in. I'll get in tomorrow.
No, I'm warming up now.
Honey.
But look at the colour of under the hulls. It's just magnificent, isn't it? Welcome to Cleopatra's Beach, a place where history whispers through the gentle waves and the golden sands. Nestled in this serene bay in Turkey, this stretch of coastline carries a secret from ancient times, a story of love, power, and intrigue. Legend has it that Cleopatra, one of the last active rulers of the Kingdom of Egypt, sailed across the Mediterranean to this very beach. It wasn't just any beach though. It was a place steeped in romance, where the famous Roman general Mark Antony, deeply in love with the Egyptian queen, planned a stunning gesture that would echo through time. You see, Mark Antony wanted to impress Cleopatra so much that he ordered that the sands of Egypt, yes, the sands from her homeland, be brought to this distant shore. And over the course of weeks, ships were loaded with the finest, most distinct sands from the banks of the Nile River. And as the sands of Egypt finally arrived, Cleopatra's Beach was born. As she stood on these shores, Cleopatra felt the presence of her ancient land beneath her feet. The sands weren't just a gift of love. They were a symbol of unity between the two powerful worlds. Here in this hidden corner of Turkey, the tides of history and love once met. Today, Cleopatra's Beach continues to captivate visitors from all over the world. Its stunning beauty and tranquil waters invite those who seek a glimpse into the past. A past where the sands of Egypt met the timeless allure of this Turkish paradise. Hi guys, well guess where we are now?
We are at Cleopatra's Beach.
So this beach you see in the background here, all that sand has been brought over by Mark Antony from Egypt as a gift to Cleopatra because she spent so much time here in Turkey. He wanted her to feel at home. So he shipped all this sand over to dump on that beach here, just as a gift for her. Isn't that sweet?
It's lovely. It's what you can do when you've got thousands of ships and lots of slaves.
And the scientists have tested this beach, the sand on the beach, and they have declared that it's not from this origin. So the legend must be true.
Yep, isn't that lovely? Nice clear blue water, lovely sand, bit of a grey day, but we are here in Turkey on the peninsula of Marmaris, just below Bodrum. So very lovely place to be. Look.
And we might even go for a swim on Cleopatra's Beach.
So are you wanting to go for a swim, hon?
Hell yeah, it's Cleopatra's Beach. At least a wade.
It's a greying, slightly cold day.
I know, but how many chances do you get of going for a swim on Cleopatra's Beach?
Go in, go.
I don't care, I'm going for a wade. Do not come to Turkey, Cleopatra's Beach without not getting your feet wet. Oh, no.
What?
It's freezing. The swim has turned into a wade. But look at this sand.
Oh, that's very soft.
Look. This sand was from Egypt. We're all standing here up to our knees only. It's freezing cold. But I can imagine what it'd be like on a beautiful sunny day because the water's actually crystal clear. There's bits of rubbish floating around. Crystal clear, and there's white sand at the bottom. That's from Egypt. How cool is that?
It's beautiful. Very romantic.
Yeah, isn't it? Coming in, aren't you?
Go in fast. Go on. Dive in.
If I threaten to splash and go in.
Dum 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 dum.
If I had brought a thermal. You can go around so you get the beach. Now kiss. I do.
Cleopatra's Beach, Turkey! You guys are crazy. Hi folks, we're on the crazy highway in Dubai, and so we've got to keep our eyes on the road. But what we wanted to share with you is we're on our way at the moment to the supply of the Korean, which is the benchtops in the boat. Now, we've given them a bit of a challenge because we want a particular type of look. So
Elizabeth doesn't want the ordinary stuff, she wants the exquisite stuff. It has to be special.
well, you know, when you have an idea in your head, it's good if you can reach for that. If you fall short, well, you know, that's okay, you've given it your best shot. But I do have an idea of what I want in my head. So we've already spoke to these Korean guys once, and there was a bit of a kerfuffle. The samples got lost or miscommunicated or whatever. Anyway, so we went again the other day. John drove us all the way into the crazy city.
Speed camera reported ahead.
And so now the samples are ready. Now what we've chosen to have some samples is a combination of two types of marbly effects that they have, the sort of the black and the white. A combination of those two to start with.
Well, I think more specifically, it's marble look-alike. It's not just Korean, so it's really a Korean that's got streaks of black that looks like marble.
Yeah, like Italian marble. And the other one was a really sweet, it had little white sparkles in it, or sprinkles on the top that were glistening, kind of like crystals. But it wasn't quite enough, it was too subtle, so I asked if they could add more of that, and they said they would be able to do that.
They said we can do whatever you like.
That's what they
Speed
said.
camera reported ahead.
So then it was okay, well, which one will we choose? Because we really wanted kind of a combination of both. So I said to them, can you give us 3 samples, the one, the 2 that we've spoke about, and the third one, a combination of the other 2.
That's marble with silver
sparkly
sprinkles.
You often have no idea in these types of countries when they always say yes, 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 but when you get there, it's nothing like what you were trying to explain to them. So I have had lots of experience in these type of countries where I try not to be disappointed when I get there, because I think, what was so hard about those instructions? So I clearly wrote out the instructions, so I really hope that their interpretation
I know
is
there's
good.
a culture in the Eastern countries where they don't want to ever say no, so they'll always say yes, even if they can't do it, and they just won't do it, or they'll do it wrong. But they don't want to say no, so they just say yes, yes.
Yes, yeah. The Korean is very important because it's the centerpiece of everything else you pull together on the boat.
Reported ahead.
On the inside, like that's where you start your decor from, is from that centerpiece. So I'm really hoping it's going to be okay, because it's really, really important.
Very exciting, very exciting. Oh.
Another step closer. Yay! Morning. Hi.
So the question we're asking is how, with these Koreans, what is the process to get the color into the white setting.
Okay, so for first of all, they start pouring the liquid for the base color inside the mold. Okay, then other guys come and start putting another color inside. We cannot control how these colors are moving inside the mold. We cannot control that, and we have a short time to start these two colors blending up together. So this is the main issue. So that's the main point. But the thing that we can control is the amount of the black color poured inside. We can make it more or less, or in a certain angle. But as I understood from your request, you don't want the repetitive lines.
Not exactly.
You
No.
want it to resemble.
Exactly. So
Natural
resembling it
marble.
will be like this.
Yeah.
If we want to make repetitive, then a different method we will follow
Yeah.
to produce that. This one
Yes.
is done as a different method than this one. But these are repetitive lines.
Sure. Yeah. What I want is more dramatic streaks, like more.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
See, I looked through the picture that you have shared before. This is done by Korean Dupont. Korean Dupont has some machines to do these veins, so they can control it. We cannot do that.
Okay.
So it gets churned up while it's drying.
Oh,
Do
wow.
they stir it?
No.
It just
Flows.
kind of does its own thing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why we cannot stir it. If we stir it, some bubbles
It all-
will come up.
Yeah. So it's just.
It'll
yeah,
also be more
Yeah.
grey then if you stir it. It just
Oh
mixes.
yeah, I just wondered
Yes,
how
of
that
course.
effect is different from that effect.
As you can see from the renders, the corian will have a huge effect on the total feel of the saloon in the boat and will be the first thing you see when you walk in. So this is a really important decision. So guys, let us know in comments what you think, which corian we should choose. Should it be the intensely patterned one at the beginning? Should it be the one with sparkles? Should it be the subtle one with slight streaks? Or should it be the slightly darker one with more blotches? Please help us out here to let us know what you think by writing in comments below. Of course, remember to subscribe, like and ding the bell, and we'll see you all next week to let you know how this exciting journey is going.
Also, thanks to our awesome Patreons for helping us help others in need. Until next week, guys, hold fast to your dreams, for like the wind in the sails, they propel you towards endless possibilities.